Hi guys, so this video I'm going to do kind of a quick look at the new Oz the Great and Powerful Urban Decay Theodora palette, and I also have the Glinda palette. I'm going to do a part 2 of this video later probably, having a look at the Glinda palette. So here's what it looks like. It's a really pretty palette from the outside. I like all the colors. I like the crows at the top. It's got crow feathers, and at the bottom it has crow feathers that look like little knights on horses. So the crow feathers at the top, and see the little knights on the horses. I think it's a really pretty palette on the outside, and to be honest, that's why I bought it. I like the refillable Urban Decay palettes where you can pop the ones out. So I figured if I get this, and there's a couple of shades that I completely hate, which a lot of times in palettes you'll use a few of the shades that you love, and then there's several that you don't really like. I can pop those out, put other ones in that I love it. I have not bought any of the other refillable palettes yet, so that's why I bought it, and I think it's really pretty. It also comes with an Urban Decay Super Saturated High Gloss Lip Color in the shade Theodora, and it is a pretty red color. Very red, very date night red, you know. Anyway, I have not tried this on my lips. I do not usually go for like red colors, so I'm gonna have to do some experimenting with this. So, but to get the palette and the lip color for 50 bucks, not a bad deal. So inside the palette, I don't know how to do this so that my mirror doesn't drive everyone crazy, but inside the palette you get 6 or 8 eyeshadows depending on how you look at it. 2 of the eyeshadows, this is new from Urban Decay. I've never seen them do like half shades, but 2 of them are half shades there. One of the things I like about this, oh, and you also get an eyeliner in the color 0, which anybody that loves Urban Decay has about approximately 1,000 of these, but they're very good, so I do like them. It's not my all-time favorite eyeliner, but I do like it. I'm just going to do some quick swatches. This is like a very first look, kind of describe each color, and then I'm going to knock off here. I'm going to come back and do the Glinda palette later when I have more time, and this is just like a first look. This is not a review by any means. So we have kind of a highlighter shade here. Each shade is named. The highlighter shade here is called Broken. This shade is Beware. This one is Bewitch. This one is West. The split one here is called Spell, the one in the middle with the gold and the black. And then the green is called Jealous. I don't know a whole lot about the story of Oz the Great and Powerful because it's not out yet. But what I think is that Melina Kunis here on the box, I think she becomes the Wicked Witch of the West, but I'm not positive about that. But the outside of the palette with the crow's feathers kind of lead me to believe that. So the darker colors are interesting, and the green included here is interesting because the Wicked Witch of the West has green face in the original Wizard of Oz. So that's what I think is going on. I think we have like Glinda the Good Witch and Theodora, but I'm pretty sure they don't want to call the palette the Wicked Witch palette. So anyway, so let me do some quick swatches of these and kind of some quick thoughts on it. So the first shade, Broken, the highlighter shade. This is Broken. It's a pretty shade, goes on pretty smooth. It's a tiny bit powdery, but all of Urban Decay's, all of the new shadows, all of their old shadows, they're all awesome. So, I mean, you can kind of know what to expect. This one is Beware, the first mid-tone brown. So that's a nice, it'll go really nice in your crease. This one's the slightly darker brown and Bewitch. Ooh, yeah, that goes on with a lot of color. A little bit powdery, but man, a lot of color there. Okay, this one is West, the one where you're starting on the bottom here. It has a little sparkle to it. The other two were, all 3 on top were mostly matte. Bewitch, the third one here, had a tiny bit of sparkle to it. This one is West, which is why I think she's the Wicked Witch of the West. Goes on with really good color. That's a darker brown. That goes on with good color. This one has a lot of neutrals in it. Okay, the next one, the first split one that has the gold and the black in it, it's called Spell. So this is the black shade. Okay, not the blackest black I've ever seen. Pretty powdery, has a lot of glitter in it. But it's the one that I thought was the most iffy in this palette. This one's probably going to get popped out. Here is the gold shade in the color Spell. Ooh. Okay, that's probably one that's going to have to be built up a bit. But a pretty color. It is a pretty color. I don't know if you can tell it well on camera, but I mean that'll be pretty for adding a little bit of color to something. So Spell's not my favorite one. The last one is Jealous, and I have to say I like green eyeshadows. I think you have to be careful where you wear it. I don't wear green to work a lot. But the last color is the Jealous, and it is half a light green and half a dark green, and I do appreciate the two being included together here. I do appreciate that this is like getting 8 eyeshadow colors, and I like that it's not like an all neutral palette. They added some color in it. So this is the dark green. Kind of started swatching it there before I showed you. So it's not terribly dark. It's not a really dark, but you can build it up pretty good. It's not terribly powdery. I think I'm gonna like that color. That's a pretty one. Okay, and then this is the lighter green. And let's go up here above this one. Pretty light. Pretty light. That one's going to be more of like a highlighter type if you're doing a green eye, I think. Pretty color though. Not powdery at all. I like it. Okay. Okay, so the first impressions of the eyeshadow palette. Pretty colors. Well worth the money, I think. It's $50 or $49 in the store. One Urban Decay eyeshadow usually goes for $18 to $20. So to get 6 plus the, Scoop says hi by the way, 6 plus the lip pencil for $50 and the palette that you can pop these out of, pretty good deal for $49. They do have, if I can pop this out, the colors of the shadows written on the back. So if you get on down the road, they're not on the back of the palette. So if you get on down the road and you're like, I absolutely love the color Beware, but I'm completely out of it and I don't know what it is. It's on the back. That's pretty handy. I do wish they had made the palettes in here. I like the color here of the bronze, but when I pull the ones that I don't want to keep in here out, they're going to be silver. We don't like the mailman. We have to bark at him. It's what we do. Okay, so anyway, overall, loving this palette. I think this is well worth the money. And I'm excited to use it and play with it and try it. So those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys soon. I will have part 2 up as quick as possible with the Glinda palette. So come back for that. See you soon. Thanks for watching.